everyone. This is another lecture on communication networks and transmission line. And here we are going to discuss something about the network analysis. And in the network analysis, I am going to discuss the symmetrical network. So, so the characteristic of symmetrical networks are characteristic impedance and the propagation constant. Here the characteristic impedance is denoted by Z naught and the propagation constant is denoted by the gamma. For the two networks having the same electrical properties, that is characteristic impedance and the propagation constant, are called as equivalent network or identical network. Uh, One by one, we are going to discuss the characteristic impedance and the propagation constant. So, in this diagram, we can see that there are many two ports network from 1 to up to infinity. So they are connected in the cascade form. So when one or more two port networks are connected in the uh, series connection, or we can say that two or more uh, two terminals networks are connected, two port networks are connected in the cascade form. It is represented the infinite length of transmission line. So for the characteristic impedance, we have to see the input impedance of the first uh, two terminal of the two port network. Here the input impedance is denoted by Z naught. So this input impedance will become the characteristic impedance for the whole transmission line. And uh, and this transmission line is terminated in its characteristic impedance, and here the load is represented by the Z naught. As we have already discussed earlier that for a good transmission line, the maximum power transfer theorem should be matched, means input impedance or input resistance should be equal to the output resistance or the load resistance. Here the input impedance is represented by Z naught, which is the characteristic impedance of the line, and the load impedance is denoted by the Z naught, which is also the characteristic impedance. Means we can say that if uh, n number of two port networks are terminated by its characteristic impedance, then its input impedance will automatically be the characteristic impedance. So this is all about the characteristic impedance, and we can find the characteristic impedance by taking the first two port network, and we we should uh, terminate its terminal by first by the shorting the terminal, and then we can check the input impedance, and second is by doing this output terminal to do the open circuited. While open circuiting the output terminal, the input impedance should be calculated. Here, so we can getting the two impedances, means short circuit impedances and the open circuit impedances. When we open circuited this terminal, and by doing the output and second is the shorting this output terminal. So characteristic impedance is equals to the under root of ZSC into ZOC. Means characteristic impedance Z0 is equals to the under root of Z short circuit impedances multiplied with the open circuit impedances of the two-port network. So by finding the characteristic impedance of the line, here the symmetrical four terminal network is represented here, and this is the voltage source or the generator, and the connecting by connecting this to the characteristic impedance in the series to the input end, and again this characteristic impedance is terminated at the output end. So this is called the correctly terminated symmetrical four terminal network. So in general, when any symmetrical network is terminated in its characteristic impedance Z0, the impedances will also be equal to Z0. The input impedance will also be equal to Z0. Next is the propagation constant. The propagation constant here, it is denoted by the gamma, and the propagation constant shows how the waves travels along the transmission line from source end to the load end. Means source to the load, how much wave is propagating along a line, in phase, out of phase. In phase perspective, it is denoted by the phase constant, and how how a wave is attenuating along the transmission line. It is also denoted by the attenuation constant. So the propagation constant is comprises of two constants. First one is the attenuation constant, and second is the phase constant. Attenuation constant shows the attenuation of the propagating wave along the entire section of the line from source to the load, and propagation constant shows the propagation of the wave along the transmission line, how waves behave while traveling from source to the load end. So here in the diagram, the four terminal network, means two port network, are connected in the cascade form, and here the incoming current is the IS to the first two port network, and the outgoing current is represented by the I1, which is going to the second two port network. So these are all the symmetrical two port networks. Means we can say that a transmission line can be a two port symmetrical network which are connected in series and which have n number of two port network. So the current leaving any section will be definite proportion of that entering section, and in general will be out of phase with it. Thus the relationship between the current entering and leaving the section is a vector quantity with both modulus and angle. This quantity is represented in the form of e raised to gamma. For convenience, we where gamma is a complex number given by gamma is equals to alpha plus j beta. So the ratio of input to the output current is given by Is by I1. We can see in the diagram also that incoming current is the Is current and outgoing current is the I1 current. So Is by I1 is the ratio of input to the output current is equal to the e raised to gamma, because this is a vector quantity which is both represented by the modulus and the angle also. So Similarly, for all these sections, we have to perform this input incoming current to the outgoing current relationship. So all sections are identical. So we can write here that Is by I1 is equals to I1 by I2 is equals to I2 by I3 is equals to I3 by I4, which is the incoming current to the outgoing current ratio. By this first two-port network, it is represented by Is by I1. For the second port, it is represented by I1 by I2, and the third one is represented by I2 by I3, and for last it is represented by I3 by I4. Similarly, for n number of two-port network, this is this procedure is same, and this is all equal to the e raised to gamma. E raised to gamma is the natural logarithmic representation. So we can here say that gamma is the propagation constant. So let us take that gamma is equals to when E is going to the left hand side, then it will be converted to the log. So gamma is equals to log of Is by I1. So the propagation constant, we can say that propagation constant is a natural logarithmic of incoming current to the outgoing current. Similarly, for all these, that we have to, because all these two-port networks are connected in cascade. Cascading means multiplication involved in it. So what is the last current is I4 and first current is Is. So here we can write here that first current is I1, Is, and last current is I4. So by this ratio, it is already equal to the e raised to gamma. So we have to multiply these all these two-port networks current ratios. So Is by I3 is equals to e raised to gamma into e raised to gamma into e raised to gamma. It comes for all these two-port network one by one, means Is by I1 is equals to e raised to gamma into I1 by I2 is equals to e raised to gamma, I2 by I3 is equals to e raised to gamma. So this is written here that Is by I3 is equals to e raised to 3 gamma. Similarly, for n identical section connected in cascade, the ratio of input to the output current is given by Is by IR is equals to e raised to n gamma. So the input current is represented by sending end current Is, while the output current is represented by receiving end current IR. So this equation can be rearranged as Is by I1 is equals to e raised to n gamma. Gamma means propagation constant, and propagation constant is equals to the attenuation constant and phase constant. So e raised to gamma, here gamma is represented by alpha plus j beta. We know that the property how to extract, how to write this equation. So e raised to alpha plus j beta is equals to e raised to n alpha into e raised to j n beta. So this equation will become e raised to n alpha and multiplied with e raised to j n beta. Here e raised to j theta formula is applied. Here e raised to j theta formula is applied, which is e raised to j theta is equals to cos theta plus j sin theta. So we are writing accordingly that cos n beta plus j sin n beta multiplied with this factor. So cos theta plus j sin theta, here we are taking, because it is a vector quantity, so we have to write the modulus of it and the angle of the propagation constant. So the modulus of the this cos n beta and j sin n beta is denoted by under root of cos square n beta plus sin square n beta, because modulus is the uh, under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. And while we are going for the angle, then we have to take the tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. So accordingly we have to write that angle here, that tan inverse sin n beta, this is the imaginary part, divided by cos n beta. Cos n beta here is the real part. So the incoming current to the outgoing current means Is by IR is equals to e raised to n alpha angle of n beta. Here how is come, means tan inverse into sin n beta by cos n beta. So sin and cos equal to the tan n beta, tan of n beta. So tan is tan and tan inverse is cancelled. So which will we get is n beta. So here the angle is n beta. So when e raised to n alpha gives the ratio of absolute magnitude of sending end current to receiving end current, and n beta gives the phase angle between these two currents, so the network is correctly terminated. So we have to write that Is by IR, source current to the load current, is equals to Is into Z0 by IR into Z0. Here we have to multiply the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. For the proper termination of the transmission line, we have to write, we have to include the characteristic impedance at the sending end and at the load end. So I into Z is equals to the potential. So ES is the source potential, ER is the load potential. So ES by ER is equals to e raised to NY is equals to e raised to n alpha, which is an angle is the n beta. So the real part of alpha is the propagation constant. Gamma is called as attenuation constant. So real part of propagation constant is denoted by alpha, and it is called as attenuation constant and measured in the Nepers. So e raised to alpha, here we are writing e raised to alpha is equals to mod of Is by IR, means alpha is equals to log of Is by IR and unit is Nepers. And similarly for n section we have to do the same job. So n alpha is equals to log of Is by IR Nepers. Here the imaginary part beta of propagation constant gamma is called as phase constant and is equal to the angle in radians by which output current leaving section lags that input current entering that section. For n section, the phase constant will be n beta radians. So this is for this is the all I have covered in the electrical characteristic of the symmetrical network, which is the characteristic impedance and the propagation constant.